Here we go. Hot Rod's blazing topic. Yup, it's your boy Hot Rod here, back with another one, man. Here with another episode. Oh man. What a week. What a week it's been out here, y'all. Now, we can start off with last week, right? Last week we spoke on accountability and how it is important to not hold each other accountable, but hold ourselves accountable as well, and which is the most important thing. And I know we was talking about the whole McDonald's situation. Everybody was all up in arms about it, and the whole baby father drama on the whole kids meal thing. We don't need to really harp too much on that. But the reason why I brought that up and how does it tie into this week's episode, and you probably wondering where am I going with that, right? Is because we're talking about accountability. And in accountability, it's important not only to hold ourselves accountable, but to also teach these kids out here too as well the importance of accountability, and it starts at home. Now, this week, we had a 74-year-old man who got beat to death with a traffic cone. Yes, beat to death with a traffic cone, y'all, by juvenile kids. 3 of them, I believe. One was 10, and the other 2 were 14. With a traffic cone. Unheard of. And why is it crazy to me? Because I couldn't imagine, or even imagine, period, when I was growing up, whether I was a child in Brooklyn and even when I moved to Philly, that these things were okay, where you would be able to beat an elder, whether it's on a bus stop, inside the bus, or the train station, and you go home to live and tell the story. And then not only that you live to tell the story, but then you're able to even walk into a precinct and turn yourself in a few days later. Growing up, there's no way that would happen. But I say that because it's like, yo, I felt it's a lack of responsibility on the adults and parents today to not look after their child. And I know I spoke on media effects in an episode before too as well, where I gave my opinion on why I think a lot of the downfall that comes with these kids today in society is the fact that the things they're listening to or they're watching, is not really being monitored by parents. A lot of times parents would understand they're busy, they have a long day, they work 9 to 5, whatever the case may be. They go home, as long as the kid got food on the table, clothes on his back, and he goes to sleep, hey, do your homework, go to bed, that's cool. We don't care to ask what how their day went, what they're thinking about, what's in their mind, what they're watching. We don't observe. We don't observe enough, period. So therefore, they fall into a trap called the media effect. They then, if they don't have great mentors and leaders in their life, they then look for the next best thing, which a lot of times I feel falls into the streets. And we all know once the street got you, most likely you could fall either in the system or dead, 6 feet under. It's my opinion. Or the shit that they listen to. A lot of the music they listen to nowadays, they don't understand in just art, right? And even though you see with all these RICO charges, we are living in a climate, so we see all these damn artists getting locked up left or right. But that's a whole nother topic. But it's like they don't understand that, this is not GTA. Shit, a lot of the shit that you see that's going on is GTA type shit. And these kids go out and mimic it and think that it exists in the real world, and it absolutely does not. But they mimic it, and that's what they like, and they go do it. But they don't understand accountability, that for every action, there is a reaction. And you will be held responsible for your actions. And therefore, I feel now, even in this situation, they always say, like, it takes a village to raise a child. Now, a lot of times people feel they can't discipline kids, and I know that's another thing that's like, oh, well, I don't believe in beating a child. The minute a child get beat nowadays, you call child services, right? NHS, whatever, abuse. But I'm I'm not gonna say it's factual, but I'm gonna say from my experience and a lot of people that I know that I grew up with in their experiences. Yo, my parents used to legit gave my teachers or whether people or even people in my neighborhood and local community the rights to discipline me, whether it's in front of the class or even in the public, if I was out of line and doing something foul. And let alone if they were to call my crib later on that evening and I would question them or I'll be like, why are you gonna call my house? I'll be damned if I even try to challenge that because the simple fact that I knew as soon as I get home to unplug that damn hook. Take notes. And therefore, I knew like the first thing that my pops would ask me is not why I did what I did. He's going to question why the teacher had to beat me. And when I knew I had to state the reason why, I already knew it was a sucking ass whooping about to come. Because at the end of the day, it was me. I chose to do certain clown shit, and therefore, I got dealt with. And now I got dealt with in school, but I also got dealt with at home. Now, I'm not saying I encourage to do that, and kids beat parents beating up kids and stuff like that. But why I say that is because I know growing up, what was the outcome of that, right? For me, it helped me respect my elders. It taught me accountability. It taught me discipline. And a lot of the times, I wish I could have probably looked this up, and I'm sure the statistics on there. I would have wanted to just know the statistics on how many crimes were committed back then, at least 20 to 30 years ago, versus now when you've heard reports on kids beating up elders. I would have loved to have known that, and I'll probably go research it afterwards, and I'll probably bring that statistic up next week, but to me, I would have loved to have known that, and it's like, I say all that because a lot of times today, adults are afraid to discipline kids on the streets. And that's why I say it takes a village to raise a child. Because if you see a kid acting up or doing something out of line, you're actually helping that kid from getting in trouble from themselves. Because at the end of the day, if we don't, then we know the system got them. So therefore, to me, it's like, I feel the only way to help save these kids today is to getting back to just to get back to some of the old ways that we used to do growing, like back 20, 30 years, 40 years ago. Even before we was born, our parents were born, whatever the case may be. And that's going back to helping our neighborhoods, helping our own local communities and saving these kids. Because to me, it is just outrageous to see what's going on today and the climate that we're living in where elders are getting and adults are getting beat up or now even beaten to death. Which is just at an all-time high, right? It's at an all-time high. And I hope that we can come up with a plan and a solution because it's not going in the right direction at all. And it's just going downhill. And I think parents need to be more attentive to what their kids are doing at home and been really sitting them down and having conversations with them. And also us too as well, as a whole, to just wrap our arms around these kids too. And even if it's not our kids, just sit down and talk with them, let them know, there are consequences for your actions. And for every action, there is a reaction. Right and wrong. Especially if you take poor choices and do wrong things. So that's all I got for today, man. Your boy Hot Rod. Definitely like and subscribe. I don't really get into all that, as every YouTuber likes to do like and subscribe and follow the page, but I know the importance of that, so please definitely support your boy. You can leave comments too as well, good or bad. I like to engage and have conversations. Soon I will have guests to have dialogues with. And yeah, man, so until next time, Hot Rod's the topic. Your boy checking out.